gently becoming aware of the breathing process. Find a way to rediscover this breathing, rediscover the enjoyment of it. So for a few minutes, keeping attention on the movement of the breathing. If thoughts come, notice. Don't let them become a big story that swallows you up. If there are lots of thoughts, images, comments, it's okay. Just bring yourself over and over to being aware of the breathing. There's the breathing. There's this sense of being here. We can let go of breathing focus. Open this sense of awareness. So it's more open, unfocused. Unfocused alertness is not being in torpor or checked out. It's a global noticing of the full experience of knowing. And gently noticing bodily energies, feelings, contractions. Contemplating the bodily energies. Without trying to analyze them or try to get rid of them. If there's any discomfort, release custody over it. Don't get involved with it. Welcome that actual energy. The very fact you are noticing that, it implies that first there is this awareing presence. The fact that you are aware of discomfort, if you travel this up the stream, what is aware of this discomfort? And being aware of the discomfort as well as this sense of global being. We can also include in this awareing sounds and thoughts. So just noticing the now experience, however it shows up for you. Notice the flow of perceptions, like thoughts are perceptions, sensations are perceptions, meaning that there's stuff we perceive. Also, some of us may have some sense of inner commentator who is commenting on our performance, maybe if you're doing it right or wrong, or just notice this commentator. That also is being noticed. Whatever we notice, it's not the real you. It's a small part of you, whatever we notice. Whenever you catch yourself in daydreaming, bring yourself back to here and now, just knowing. Living more into sensing and hearing as opposed to thinking. Why? It's not because the thinking is bad, is we have excess thinking. even in time allocated for meditating, that we don't have to think about anything. Yes, it's happening by itself, uncontrollably, all the time. So as a remedy for that, the teachings recommend to balance it out a little bit with hearing, sensing bodily energies, and noticing thinking. So what's the problem with excess thinking? It's that it veils our deepest resource, our deepest power, is conscious isness. Is the isness, being conscious of being. So be a little bit now less interested in thoughts and sensations, and be interested in that which is aware. Forget about all the books and the teachings. Notice now there are sounds and whatever is here is being noticed. And allowing ourselves to be knowingly, consciously, that which we already are. What we call as mindfulness is, or being present to things, is to notice things of the present moment. Yeah, notice the breathing, it's in the present. Notice emotions, contractions. Yeah. The awarenessing is aware of things. The image of someone that you love or someone that you dislike. It's another image. We can be mindful of thoughts arising in meditation. We can notice judgments and sounds, and that is a fine practice. It's a fine practice as compared to our normal default state of having not much attention in the present and being lost in the veils of daydreamings and voices and imaginings and spinning stories. So as compared to the default state of being identified in the mind or identified in the feeling or resisting feelings or scattered, this mindfulness, like paying attention to what is here, that is very good. Because if we do this so-called mindfulness or noticing, then the ego, the sense of a separate me, it doesn't have much space to proliferate. So it's like coming closer to what's true. Things are simpler. Yet, this being aware of things in the present, it's like a first step. It's not the whole enchilada. So self-remembering or resting as awareness, or it includes this, so when it includes this, where I'm aware of sensations, I'm aware of sounds, but there's another component, is that I'm aware of being. Basically, the being is aware of sounds, but is still not aware of itself. So the being is aware of stuff in the present, and the being is aware of itself. So self-remembering is to, be here and keep it simple, notice whatever is here. We've done this a lot. But it's missing if we don't have the other component, being aware of myself as the presence observing this. And this is hard to explore these things if my head is full of thoughts all the time. So, that's why in the fourth way, they talk about the obstacle of this imagination, daydreaming. So if that is spinning all the time, then we are out of the game. So as we come back more like to the here and now, often, and also as we process some of our pain body, this monkey mind will slow down or diminish. So then we have more chance to grok this being aware of stuff and being aware of our own sense of presence. In the fourth way, we were instructed to practice this as much as possible, as often as possible, and having lots of reminders for that. And armed with this self-remembering, I'm going to bring this to my emotions, to my patterns. So not just aware of the pattern, but I'm aware of the pattern and aware of being at the same time. Otherwise, I am absent. I am absent from the observation. Now, I know that this presence is invisible and we can't pinpoint it. So I'm asking you to, to be aware of that which is invisible. So yes, it is invisible. But if I ask you this question, if somebody asks you and says, hey, what? Hey, right now, are you aware? You would say, yeah. How do you know? Is in the moment when I ask you, are you aware? You check. You are checking something. You are not checking an emotion. You are not checking a thought or a sound. There is a mysterious, subtle way we can sense that we are. So being aware of our own existence as this conscious presence, while awareing to thoughts and feelings and stuff.